So what we're going to do is we're going to find the greatest common factor of two terms. And our first term is 70 x to the third y. And our second term is 147 x squared y to the fourth. So the easy part is the variables. Okay, so I'm going to start with the easy part. So we have an x cubed from here and an x squared from here. And then of these two, we're going to take the x with the lowest variable. So that would be the 2. So x2 is our greatest common factor for our x's. For our y's, we have y from here and y to the fourth from here. And again, we're going to take the lowest exponent, which in this case is a 1 that we don't write, but it's assumed. So it's y to the first. So our greatest common factors, so for our x and our y, we know it's going to be x squared y. And now we're going to do the 70 and the 147. Now, one way you can do this is you can do your factor trees. Actually, one thing I do is I always check first to see if my lower term, the term with the lower value, can go into the other one evenly. In this case, it will not, because if it does, then that would be your greatest common factor. In this case, it does not. So let's do a factoring tree, and we'll show you how to use that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just take two numbers, and that would, when I multiply them together, I get 70. And so I'm going to start with 2 times 35. Okay, and then I take 35 and I break that down to 5 times 7. Okay, so I factor it out. So now my factors are 2, 5, and 7 for my lower factors, right? And then I'm going to do the same thing through my 147. Okay, so I'm just going to pick two numbers. I'm going to pick 3 times 49. If you multiply that together, you get 147. And then I'm going to break 49 to 7 times 7. And here are my factors, 3, 7. Okay, so we can see that 2 and 5 are not over here at all. So what you do is you go and you look and find common factors from here. And then it's only 1, 7, so we can only do 1, 7 over here as well. If you have more than one number that is in common, then you'll multiply them together. In this case, we don't. So 7 becomes our greatest common factor between the two expressions.